Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is my most long-awaited video of the year, I think, and my most popular video. But this is my year of makeup empties video. This is the video where I share with you guys all of the makeup items that I have finished throughout the year of 2019. Again, disclaimer, these products were not brand new at the beginning of the year. They had been used from previous years and I just happened to finish them. It's kind of like my empties video that I do every month. That doesn't mean that I started from brand new and finished it at the end of the month or at the end of the year. In this case, these are just items that I just happened to finish during 2019. I'm not gonna make this introduction super long. I hope you guys stick around to the end because I'm gonna run through the numbers comparing 2019 and 2018. So thank you guys so much for watching, and get a snack, get comfy, and enjoy. Starting off with primers, I finished 8 this year. They were all deluxe size except for the Laura Mercier, but I have one here from Estee Lauder. This is the Smoother Universal Perfecting Primer. The Makeup Forever Step 1, this is the the smoothing primer. I have 2 of the Milk Makeup Blur Sticks, one from Maybelline, the Master Prime Hydrating and Smoothing Primer. Then this is a hydrating primer from Laura Mercier. I'm just noticing I used a lot of hydrating primers this year. And then I have the Boscia Pore Perfecting White Charcoal Mattifying Primer. I really love this one. I think this one was my favorite out of all of them. And this one came in at a close second. And then I have a little mini of the Professional from Benefit. For foundations, I finished 7. These are technically all full size, I think, maybe except for this one. But this is a foundation palette from e.l.f. It comes with 4 different shades. This shade right here is way too dark for me. I will be using it as a cream bronzer, but I did finish the other 3 shades. I was able to combine them with each other and with some of the other ones right here to make my perfect match. So I did finish them 3. Then I have this one from Urban Decay. This is the Naked Skin One and Done Hybrid Perfector. I love this foundation. It's kind of like a tinted moisturizer, light coverage foundation. It's really nice. I really enjoy it. These 2 from Sephora, as you guys can tell, are completely different colors. I did mix them together. This is a Taint Infusion foundation. This is kind of like an oil-based foundation. It's been long discontinued. They were my last 2 in my collection, and I'm glad that they're done. And then I have this tinted moisturizer from Laura Mercier. It was really nice. It was in the color nude actually, but it matched me really, really good. I really did enjoy using that. For powder foundation, I only used one. This is the Urban Decay, what is it called? Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. I love this powder foundation. It's really nice, really good coverage. It doesn't look cakey. It looks really natural, no flashback. I love it. I do have one more in my collection. I love this foundation, and I have one more in my backstock. For concealers, I only used 2. I have this one from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is from the Ulta Beauty line. This is a full coverage concealer. This was one of those doe foot applicator concealers. Very, very nice. I took out the stopper, took out as much as I could. Really enjoyed this concealer. I did repurchase a few more once I was able to buy some more. And then this is from Anastasia. This is the concealer, I guess just concealer in the shade 2.0. This was way too dark, but I was able to use it up by using it all over the face, blending it out really nice. And also I used a very light color concealer if I wanted to use it under my eyes to color correct. I really enjoyed this. This took me all year, but it is what it is. I'm glad that at least I got these 2 out of my collection. For face powders, I used 9, and I have to say 5 of them were full size, so I'm very, very happy about that. I have this one here from NYC. This is the Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. This I was working on this. I think I started working on this on 2018, so I carried it over and I finished it this year. This has a ton of product. This has 20 grams. So I do like it. I had purchased a 2-pack from Amazon, and I have the other one. I'm hoping to use it up in 2020. If you guys, I mentioned in a video, I can't remember which one, but I'm trying to work through my bulky packaging. So that's why I'm going to try to pan the other one in 2020. Anyway, this one is from e.l.f. This is just one of their translucent powders. It worked fine. These though don't have a lot of product, as you guys can see, but I'm glad that I used it up. Then I have this one from Too Faced from the I Want Candy collection. I did purchase that, so it was a really nice powder, but it's limited edition. I can't purchase it again. Then this one is also a banana powder, is it? Yeah, banana cream powder. It's a setting powder. Worked really nice. I was tempted to repurchase it during the these were like 50% off a while back during the Anulta sale, but even though my no buy is over, I have plenty of loose powders still to go through, so I decided against it. I was strong and I didn't purchase it, but that is one of the powders that I would purchase again. Then this one is from L'Oreal, the True Match powder. I love this powder. This is in the color W3. Joy from Joyful Beauty decluttered one of her powder to me, and it's the same color, so I do have a backup. No need to repurchase, but I will repurchase once I finish that one she gave me. I really love this powder. Then I have two from Cover FX. This is the matte setting powder. This was in the color Light, and this is in the color Translucent Light. I didn't notice a difference, to be honest. They both worked fine. I really enjoyed it, and I think I would repurchase again if I needed to. Then this one from Bare Minerals, the Blemish Rescue. This one was super, super dark. I did have to mix it with another powder, probably with this one. I think maybe I did mix it with this one. I'm not sure. This is the from Laura Mercier. And I did mix them together because this was super dark and I needed to lighten it because otherwise I wouldn't be able to use it. But I did mix it together. I made it work, and there you go. Those are the powders that I finished. Actually, guys, this is powder number 10. I forgot to include this one. This is from Wet n Wild, the whatever. But this shade right here, I used it to set my face, especially my under eyes, because it was a light color. I was pretty close matched to my skin. And then this one right here was a bronzer, but this one, since I used it on my face, this counts for number 10. For bronzers, I finished 3. I have this one from that Wet n Wild thing that I just shared with you guys. Then this one is from Tarte. This is the Park Avenue Princess. As you guys can see, I have a 1 here, meaning I have another one in my back stock. I have another mini one and then a full size. And then there was another bronzer here in my Pan That palette. This is from Bare Minerals. And the Ocean View was where the bronzer was. But that is a quick view at my Pan That palette. As you guys can see, it was a multi-face palette. So you guys are going to be seeing this palette for several categories. Here we go, guys. Another product that I forgot to mention. It's these face palettes that have like different items in them that makes me forget that I've used stuff in it. But anyway, this is the Kevyn Aucoin, The Art of Sculpturing, Volume 1. And I did finish the sculpting powder right there in / Blonde Brow. I did use it on my face as a bronzer / contour, and then because it was in a project pan, I was really trying to use it up, and I did finish it by using it on my brows as well to tone down a color tattoo that I was using on my brows, and also as a crease shade for my eyes. Then for cream bronzers, I only used one, and this is from Milk Makeup. This is just the matte bronzer in the color Baked. I really enjoyed this bronzer. If I needed to, I would repurchase this in a heartbeat. Seriously, I loved this bronzer. Very natural, very easy to blend on my skin. I highly recommend it if you're into cream bronzers. I do not have a need to repurchase at this time, but hopefully if the time ever comes for me to repurchase a cream bronzer, this is one that I would repurchase. For powder blush, I did use 3. There were 2 blushes in here in this Pan That palette. The color The Limelight and the color The Premier. They were very poorly pigmented, so I did have to franken them with a pink eyeshadow to make them a little bit more colorful, and that's how I was able to use them. Otherwise, they really didn't show on my face. And then this is the Milani Luminoso blush. I was able to finish it this year. I loved this this blush. I'm kind of sad I don't have a backup or a dupe for it. Because I hear that the new one doesn't quite match the same, but I mean, it is what it is. I was able to use it, and I'm happy that I got at least 3 out of my collection. Then I was able to use up 1 cream blush. This is from the Balm Jovi palette from the Balm, and I used a color here called Millie. Now this is supposed to be a convertible color. You can use it on your lips or on your cheeks. I did use it mostly, well, all of it I did use on my lips just because it was a very nude shade. This one I have been using as a cream blush, but when I do my inventory, I count this as a cream blush. So that's why I decided to put it in this segment of the video. So at least I was hoping to get both of them used up, but as you guys can see, I was only able to hit pan on this one. Hopefully I can finish this one in 2020, but for 2019, one cream blush it is. For powder highlighters, I used up 4. This from IT Cosmetics. This is the Live Love Laugh Vitality Face Disc. I used this up in 2018. And so into 2019, I only had the highlighter to start the year with. So I did finish it up. So I'm glad that I get to get this huge disc out of my collection. Then I have 2 from Becca. And I think they're both in the color Opal. Yes, they are. This is a mini and this is a mini. It's like a little bit smaller. But as you guys can see, I finished that one and this one. So you guys can trust me that they're gone. And then this one had a highlighter again here at the beginning. The first one here, it's in the name, The Big Break. And I did use it up. So those were the powder highlighters. And for my cream highlighters, I used 3. This is the only one that is full-sized. This is from Clinique. This is the Chubby Stick Sculpting Highlighter. This one worked okay. It was kind of a little bit greasy, so I would never repurchase. And then this mini one from Benefit, the What's Up highlighter. I really enjoyed this highlighter. I've used it for many years. Like, I've never had to repurchase a full size, but I've used plenty of these little samples. And then this one from Milk Makeup. This is in just the highlighter color. I am working on another one that I was hoping to finish in a project pan, so we'll see how that goes. But I like to use cream highlighters with my primer to make my primer kind of like a glowy primer, which kind of like doesn't make sense, I guess, but it helps me use up the product faster. And then I put my foundation and I get a really nice natural glow throughout the day as my foundation starts wearing off. But I really enjoy cream bronzers and liquid bronzers. I will continue to use them the same way that I'm using them now. For facial setting sprays, I used up 10, 2 full size and the rest are deluxe size samples. And as I'm watching my previous year of makeup empties, I've noticed that I've been using more and more setting sprays each year. And I think that that just means that I'm becoming more consistent in using a makeup setting spray, whereas before there used to be a step that I would skip. So anyway, I used up 2 full size. This one's from Morphe, the Continuous Setting Mist. I really enjoyed this one. Then I have this one from Too Faced, the Hangover RX, the full size and 2 deluxe size samples. Really enjoy it. I'm currently using one right now. This one from Cover FX, the Mattifying Setting Spray. I really did enjoy it. This one from Supergoop. This one has SPF 50, which I love. I usually carry this in my purse because it's an easy way to reapply my SPF during the summer. It refreshes my face, it adds SPF, and it doesn't mess up with my makeup. So that's that. Then this one from Tatcha. I didn't care for this one. This is a luminous dewy skin. I think it made me too dewy, so I would never repurchase this. And then I have 3 mini from Urban Decay, and they're all the all-nighter, just different packaging, this one. But I love this setting spray. I would happily repurchase. For eyeshadow primers, guys, I used a Big Fat Zero. For eyeshadows, I was able to finish 15, so I'm very happy about that. Woohoo! I finished 6 here in my Pan That palette. That's the first row right there from Bare Minerals. Then these 4 for my Pan That palette 2.0. This is from Laura Mercier. And then from this e.l.f. palette, I did use up a cream shade that was here that I used to set my eyeshadow primer with. And then from my Pan That palette, I was kind of like low-key using it throughout the year. I was able to finish this color here. Daisy's My BFF, Hello Mickey, Puppy Love, and Big Shoes to Fill. So I was able to use those up. This one I finished in 2018. And so I will be marking these with an X to know that I used them up. And then hopefully when the year is over, you guys will see a lot of shiny pan. I was able to use up 6 cream eyeshadows in 2019. I have 2 shadow sticks. This one is from Tarte. This is one of the waterproof shadow sticks. This was in the color Champagne Pearl. Really nice base. Didn't have a lot of product in it. Then this one's from Laura Mercier. Oh, here. Laura Mercier in the color Rose Gold. Not my favorite, but I mean, I used it up. Then I have a Stila Glitter and Glow in the color Smoldering Satin. This one kind of dried up on me, to be honest. I think I removed the stopper way too early and it dried out really fast. I had a bunch of glitter fall out on my face. So I have another one and that I'm going to be working on in 2020. So Hopefully I will have learned my lesson. Then I have this color tattoo in the color Tough as Taupe. I was able to use this one up completely. Come on, right there. As you guys can see, it's all done. Then this is from Stila. This is a Magnificent Metals eye color in the color Dusty Rose. Used this a lot towards the end of the year. And then this is from ColourPop, my first ColourPop that I've used. And this is in the color I Heart This. This was in my A to Z project pan. It was a very nice silvery color. Used it up completely, and I'm hoping to finish a couple more in 2020. For eyeliners, I used up 10, 3 liquid, 4 pencils, and one kind of like a potted one. We'll talk about this one in a minute. But the liquid ones, I used up this one from Kat Von D. This is the tattoo liner in the color Trooper. This one is from Stila. It's a Stay All Day waterproof liner. And then this is the Fenty one in the color Kazan Black. Really enjoyed all of them. I wish this one was waterproof as well. I think if it was, I would repurchase. Well, there's a doggy hair everywhere here. I wouldn't repurchase just because it's not, and I felt that it would run on me quite a bit. So I don't think I would repurchase, but the other two I would repurchase, and I have. I really enjoy them. Then I have these two from Tarte. These are the Amazonian Clay waterproof pencils in the color, I don't remember. Deep Amethyst. This was in my A to Z project pan. And then this one, I think it was in the color Copper. Am I just making names up now? But it's a pretty brown color. Really enjoy these liners. They're great. I do have 2 more in my back stock, but they have been discontinued, so I will be enjoying them as much as I can. Then I have these 2 from Marc Jacobs. They are the highliner in the color Blacker. I think that's what they're called. I have this one from Buxom. I don't remember the name, but it was a brown shade. And then this one was a dark navy blue from Laura Geller in the color Blue Velvet. This is the Incredible Waterproof Gel Liner. Now this one, I didn't quite get to use it, but I started using this one in 2018, and then I put it aside for whatever reason. 2019, I wanted to use it to put it in a project pan, and I realized it's completely dried out. There's nothing here, so sad face. But since I did get some use out of it, I am not just decluttering it. Sometimes when things go bad, I don't count it in my makeup empties, but because I did use maybe half of it, I am counting it in this project. For lash primers, I also used up 3. 2 are from Lancome, if you could see that. They're the Cils Booster XL, my favorite lash primer of all time. And then I have a little sample from L'Oreal, the Voluminous Primer Base. I really enjoyed this one, so I'm intrigued to try this in the full size once I finish the backup that I have of this Lancome one. For mascaras, I used 12, 2 full size, and the rest were deluxe size. This one right here is from CoverGirl. This is the Lash Blast Volume Waterproof Mascara. I love this. This is one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. Then I have this one from Urban Decay. It's the Big Fatty Mascara. Really enjoyed it. I remember enjoying it more than I enjoyed it this time around. So maybe my taste has changed, or maybe this was just too old and the formula changed. Who knows? But I didn't quite like it as much this time around. Then I have 3 deluxe size samples of the Tarte Lash Camera Lashes Mascara. Then I liked it okay. It works fine with layering, not really on its own. Then I have 2 of the Tarte's Mascara. Not a fan of this. I wouldn't care to get another one or purchase. Then I have 2 minis of the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. Different packaging, but they're both the same. I really enjoyed this mascara by itself or layering. Will continue to use happily. Then 1 little sample from Benefit, the Real Mascara. A little sample, it worked okay. A little sample from the Dior Mascara, Dior Show. I didn't care for this one. I think this one has like, this one's been hyped a bit around on the tube. But I didn't care for it. I honestly didn't. And I didn't care for this one either from Laura Mercier, the Caviar Volume Mascara. I didn't care for it either. Out of all these, I think I would only repurchase this one, and this one. For brow products, I used up 4, 2 full size and 2 deluxe size. I was able to finish this pomade from Tarte. This is in the color medium brown. I really enjoyed this one. This is the one that I used the majority of the year. Made me fall in love with pomades even more. So I did repurchase it. So I do have a backup now. Then I have this one from Anastasia. It's the Brow Wiz in the color medium brown. I'm not a fan of micro pencils. I've said it many times. I'm just not good with them. And then I have a little sample here in the color dark brown from the Brow Wiz. And then this one from Benefit in the Precisely My Brow color. Another micro pencil that I'm not a big fan of. I used up 3 brow gels. They're both from Anastasia of Beverly Hills. 2 are the full size and 1 is a mini. For lip primer-ish products, they're not really lip products, lip primers, but they're white lip liners, which I kind of used as primers. This one is from, this actually is a primer pencil. This is from Urban Decay. This is the Ozone something. This one worked fine, but I mean, it's an unnecessary step in my opinion. And then this one was from the Sephora brand. This is, if I could open it, a white liner to prevent lip colors from bleeding out, but I did put this all over my lips just to make it go faster. They both worked okay, but like I said, it's an unnecessary step for me. I would not repurchase. Lip liners, I only used one because it's the only one I had, and this is from Ulta Beauty. This was one of the collab with Melissa Michelle, I think. I like the color, but the pencil just kept breaking and breaking and breaking. I couldn't really sharpen it, and I think I wasted just as much as I used. And for that reason, I would never repurchase a lip liner from the Ulta line. For lip balms, I used 8. I have one potted here from Herbivore. This was a really nice lip balm. I really enjoyed it. Then these ones from Fresh. I have the regular Advanced Therapy and the Rosé one. Both worked great. I've used them before. I love them. I have a few more backups. I will always use them. I have this one from the Yes 2 brand. This is from the Yes 2 Grapefruit. It was a nice lip balm. Then these 2 indie ones in the Pink Grapefruit and Juicy Peach. I don't know the brand. I bought them on Marshall's, but they're not my favorite. I would definitely not repurchase. And then I have these 2 from the Jack Black line. They're both in the natural mint scent. They work really nice. I really enjoy them, and I'm glad that I used them. This one expired in 2018. Oops. And then this one in 2020. So this one was good. This one wasn't, but they worked both fine. For lip color products, I used 23 in total. The top row is the full size. The bottom row are the deluxe size samples. This one is from Bare Minerals in the Marvelous Moxie line. The color was Trailblazer. It was a nice lip balm. It's okay. I have way too many to repurchase. Then I have this one from Mally I don't remember the line. This is super old. But it was way too sticky, wouldn't repurchase. This one from ColourPop in the color Ariel, Princess Ariel. Did not like the formula, would not repurchase. This one from Clinique, the Clinique Nude Pop in the color, Clinique Pop in the color Nude Pop. Didn't care for it, would not repurchase. This is from Wet n Wild in the color Ferguson Crest Cabernet. It's supposed to be a dupe for Max Rebel. Really enjoyed the color, would think about repurchasing if it was available. This one from Urban Decay, it's a Vice lipstick color in the color Back Talk. I have plenty of backups. And 2 from MAC. This one was in the color Cherry Blossom Girl, and this one was in the color Brave. Then the deluxe size, I have 3 from Benefit. Double the Real Lip Gloss. Tinted lip balm, whatever. They worked okay, wouldn't repurchase. It was a kit that I got for my birthday 2 years ago, and I'm glad that I was able to use them all up. This one is from Buxom. I love Buxom lip glosses. I think they're great. 2 deluxe size samples from Kat Von D. One is in the color Lovecraft and Sexer, like a very nude color in a hot pink. Loved both. I have a mini from Urban Decay, Vice in the color Big Bang. It's a very glittery hot pink. Then this one from Buxom in the color Menace. They have been discontinued. I don't think they make them. Then this one is from Huda Beauty in the color Crush. I didn't like the formula of this one, so not my favorite. This Tartiste one from Tarte, it was nice. This one from Tarte, I don't know the line, but the color was Rum Punch. It was okay, nothing to write home about. This one is from the brand Beauty by Pop Sugar. Didn't care for it. This is a NARS, I think, lip pencil. Yes, it is. In the color Rhubarb, I think, or Rakugian, one of those two, I don't remember. This one is from Tarte. No, from Mally as well. It was a lip crayon. Worked okay. I mean, I used it. And then this one is from Tarte. It's a Lip Surgeons. And I don't remember the color because I used it all the way up. So a lot of lip products, a little lip colors. Hopefully I can use this many up next year. These are the fragrances that I used up in 2019. I have this body spray from Kenneth Cole in the color White for Her. Smelled really nice. I enjoyed all of them. This one from Bath & Body Works in the scent Endless Weekend. Also from Bath & Body Works, French Lavender and Honey. This one from Victoria's Secret, Bombshell in Bloom. I have a perfume here from Chloe. This is the original Chloe. I love it. I would happily repurchase. Then I have a little sample here from Kate Spade in the scent Walk on Air. Smells really fresh. I really enjoyed it. 3 deluxe size from Jo Malone. This is the Wild Blue Bale. This is the English Pear and Freesia, my favorite. And then the Wood Sage and Sea Salt. These two smell really nice, but this one is my favorite. Then I have here 7 samples. This one is from Philosophy in the scent Amazing Grace. This one is from Gucci in the color scent Bloom. I don't remember what those smell, guys, to be honest. This one from Moscow Mule. I know I didn't like this one. I hated that one. This is from Chanel in the scent Chance. I was also not a big fan of. I know that Chance has like different scents, the line Chance, but I don't remember which one it was. I just remember I didn't like it. Then from Jo Malone, Honeysuckle and Davana. I really enjoyed this scent as well. From Coach, I think this was just a regular Coach scent. It was okay. And then this one from Jimmy Choo in the color, it's a regular Jimmy Choo. And I didn't like this one, so that's that. And there you go, guys. Those were the items that I finished in 2019. I'm sorry about all the like binging noises, but I was talking to my boss via my computer, so that's why all the dings were coming in. But I didn't want to refilm it because it was already taking a lot of work to do so. But anyway, that's how many items that I have. If you guys are not interested in the numbers, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and didn't judge me too hard. But if you are interested in the breakdown, I'm just gonna dive right into it. So for 2018, the amount of well, I should start with 2019. 2019, the amount of money that all these products came down to like worth-wise was $1,843.36. I calculate this based on the grams price per ounce or price per gram, or if there's a mini available already, I just use the price of the mini. But that's kind of how I calculate it. Not necessarily how much I paid for it, because 1, I buy a lot of things in kits. 2, I bought a lot of things with a coupon. And I was on a no buy last year, so I can't like exactly remember how much I paid for everything, but that's that. For 2018, the total was $1,846.40. So the difference was $3.04. So I used up $3 less than I did last year. So that's basically about the same to me, I think. Total number of items wise, this year I used up 157 items in total, and last year I used up a total of 159. So a difference of 2 items. Again, this year was very similar to 2018 in the general breakdown of things. I'm gonna go now into different categories, and then that's when you guys are gonna see the difference. So starting with primers, last year I used up 5, and this year I used up 8. So I used up 3 more than I did last year. For foundations, this year I used up 7 liquid foundations and 1 powder foundation, whereas last year I used 5 liquid and 2 powder. So I used 2 less liquids and 1 less powder. So I guess I used up a lot. I've been working more, I guess, this year because I used up more. For concealers though, this year I only used up 2, and last year I used up 10. No, wrong line, 8. I used up 8 concealers. And I do remember using some concealers as foundation on my whole face. So that has something to do with it. And maybe that's why I used less foundations last year than I did this year. So it could be that. For face powders, it stayed the same. I used 10 in 2019 and 2018. For bronzers, I used 4 this year, 4 powder bronzers and 1 cream bronzer. Last year, I only used 2 powder bronzers and no cream bronzers, so I was very tanned this year, I guess. For blush, this year I used up 3 powder and 1 cream blush. And last year I had only used 3 powders, no cream blushes. But to be fair, that cream blush that I used on my lips because it was a convertible color. So it's not like I used that cream blush on my cheeks. So I guess it kind of evens out. For highlighters, I used up 4 powder highlighters and 3 cream highlighters. Whereas last year, I only used up 1 powder highlighter and 5 cream highlighters. So in my defense though, last year I panned the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, and that took me the whole year, hence why I only used that 1 powder highlighter. And I think this year I used up a lot of minis. So that's that. For setting sprays, this year I used up 10 and last year I used up 7. And like I said on the video, I think I'm just getting more consistent with consistent in applying facial setting spray. And like I said in that video, I think I'm just getting more consistent in using setting spray. So I think that's where the extra 3 came from. For brow color products, I used up 4 this year and I used up 3 last year. So just 1 extra. For brow gels, however, I used up 3 this year and 3 last year, so that stayed the same. For pressed eyeshadows, I used up 15 this year and last year I used up 16, so I used 1 less than last year, so almost the same. However, in the cream shadow category, I used up 6 this year and last year I used 4, so that means I used up 2 more, so I guess it's kind of like the same, maybe, I don't know. For eyeshadow primer, I didn't use any this year. Last year, I only used 1. For pencil liners, I used up 6 this year. Last year, I used up 8, so I used 2 less than last year. And for liquid liners, I used 4 this year, and last year, I used 6. So also, I used up 2 less. So in total for liners, for eyeliners, I used up 4 less than last year. So hopefully in 2020, I can be more consistent in wearing eyeliner. I made sure to wear eyeliner today, and hopefully I can get a few more this year. For mascaras, I used up 12 this year, and last year I used up 14, so 2 less. Lip primers, I used up 2 this year. I counted the white liners as primers. And last year I only used up 1. And then for lip liners, I used up 1 this year and last year I used 4. In my defense, I only had 1 lip liner in my collection and I wasn't a no-buy, so it's not like I could repurchase any. So that's why the big difference in the number of products used. Now, when it comes to lip products, I did break this down a little bit more. So for 2019, for lipsticks, I used up 18. This counts bullet lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, and lip crayons. I kind of like lump all of them together into that one category. And like I said, this year I used up 18. Last year I used up 12. So not quite as many. However, for lip glosses, I only used up 5 this year, and last year I used up 13. So I think I used up a lot more lipsticks, which take a lot longer to use, for me at least, than lip glosses. And they were full-size lipsticks, most of the lipsticks that I use. So there's that. For lip balms, this year I used up 8 and last year I used 6. And I think because this year I discovered using lip balm to heal my elbows from the gym. So I think that's where the other extra 2 came from, but I could be wrong because in 2017 I used up 11 lip balms, so I don't know. For perfume and fragrances, like full size, this year I used up 5 and last year I used up 5 too. However, I used up 1 full-size perfume and 4 body sprays, and I don't remember the breakdown from 2018. So it could have been 5 full-size perfumes. However, if you break it down, the full-size perfume, at least the ones that I use, are the 1.7 ounces, and the body sprays are like 8 ounces themselves. So it's even though they're both full size, there's a huge difference in the amount of product each one has inside. So this year I used up 4 body sprays and 1 perfume, and last year, like I said, I don't remember the breakdown, but it was 5. So 5 and 5 for both years. Then for deluxe size fragrances, I also this year, sorry, I used up 4, and last year I used up 2. And for the little teeny tiny samples that you get like in purchase, I used up 7 this year, and last year I used up 12. I don't have any in my collection, so if I ever got any with purchase, I just made sure to use it right there and then, because I didn't want to like hoard it to the point where I have a bunch of little samples lying around. So there you go, guys. That is the breakdown for my year of makeup empties for 2019. I love doing these videos. They're so time consuming, and I wish I was more of like a techie person and I'd have all the information in my computer, but I love just writing it down and seeing like the numbers and stuff on paper. I don't know, that just makes me, it's very satisfying to me. So I can't wait to start doing this for my products in 2020. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm just gonna let you guys go because you guys have been sitting here listening to me long enough. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.